Hey everyone, so today, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about Wonder Flavors Tangerine and Flavora's Tangerine. We were supposed to do this like 2 weeks ago, something like that, and I just wasn't prepared, to be honest. Plus, I think I was still sick or something, and I wasn't going to be able to taste them properly anyway, so I decided to just postpone it. This and two others won. There was like a three-way tie between 3 different flavors. So I just picked the one that I was most interested in. I'm also going to throw in a couple oranges because I have some oranges I've gotten recently, and tangerine and orange are pretty similar. So that's what we're doing. Now, when I say like versus, it's not like which one is better, because a lot of times flavors, even though they're the same thing, there are qualities that are very different in them. It's more so just comparing them. Because I obviously love Flavora. I think I've been pretty clear that I really like them as a brand in general. And Wonder Flavors so far, I've been really enjoying so far. I haven't gotten through a lot of the flavors yet, but the ones that I've tried, for the most part, I've liked. So just that little disclaimer. So I've already mixed these up. Full disclosure, I only mixed them a few hours ago, so they haven't really steeped or anything like that, just because I've been lazy. Though fruits don't really need to steep usually anyway, so I'm not really that concerned about that part of it. Flavora, I did at 1%. Because that's usually my starting point with them, especially as far as fruits are concerned. We may need to increase it, but we're going to start there. The Wonder Flavor Tangerine, I started at 2, just over 2. I accidentally put too much in, so it's more of like a 2.25%. Because generally I need to mix them slightly higher than like Flavor Art or Flavora. And we're just going to compare them. I haven't looked at any flavor notes for either of these, so I don't know what people's opinions on them are. So I won't be influenced by that at all. I'm going to try to test it on this new RDA I got from a friend. It's the Warrior RDA from Watofo. Just because I haven't used it yet, and I just want to see how it is. I'm also doing it on a new mod that the same friend gave me because it matches really well. I don't know if that was the intention in sending the two together, but they really look nicely together as far as aesthetics goes. You can see they're all blue. Matchy, matchy. So we're going to do, I think, Flavora's first. And hello to everyone in chat. And I don't know anything about the Warrior either, as far as the RDA is concerned, so that'll be interesting as well. It looks pretty basic, like nothing too crazy as far as the deck is concerned. And honestly, there's only so many things you can do to a deck. But it was easy to build on. It's a 4-post clamp type deck. You can see right there. The only thing that's a little bit challenging about this type of thing is getting the little bar to be kind of, I don't know. I feel like after time, they get a little warped, especially if you're not doing them dual coil. I imagine dual coil isn't as much of a problem, but I don't vape dual coils like ever. I just don't enjoy them. So yeah. It does have airflow on both sides. It doesn't look like it's adjustable. Yeah, it is adjustable. Quite a bit of airflow as well. But I don't really mind airflow on both sides because I find that when it's just on one, it's kind of weird anyway. But it looks like you can't really do it that way anyway, by the way the inside part is. Anyway, this is a Vaporesso. It's the one that lights up. I don't know the name of it. It's pretty interesting. All right, so sip. Thanks, Vaping Bachelor. Appreciate that. I'm almost saying hi down there. All right, so there's too much airflow on this. I can turn it to probably... Switcher. I guess I could look at the box. Yeah, so it's, yeah, that's the switcher with the tank. I haven't used the tank because I honestly just don't like tanks usually. So that's what it looks like. It's my first Vaporesso product. I've never used them before. It's pretty beefy. It's pretty big, but I don't really mind. It's not like I'm going to put it in a pocket. I don't put mods in pockets. It's always in my purse. Airflow is pretty smooth, but it's still pretty wide open. But Blue is in a mood. So if you see her running around, I might put her little light thing on. I bought her an automated light toy. So it's like a laser pointer that moves on its own. Why isn't this sitting properly? Oh no. It's kind of wonky. I don't really care. Anyway. The flavor reminds me of an orange Pez. It's pretty much spot on what I'm getting. It has like a powdery essence to it. I guess it could be like considered Tang-ish. I never liked Tang, so I honestly couldn't tell you what it tastes like because I don't remember. It's been that long. But it really tastes like orange. It doesn't really taste like tangerine necessarily, but there isn't a huge difference. And maybe Tang is tangerine. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. It's not bad. It's just pretty standard. I don't tend to like orange because it comes off a lot of times as very cleanser-like. Like a lot of people get that from lemon. I get it more from orange for some reason. And I think lime. Those are the two offensors for me. But this one is not cleanser-like, at least not at 1% to me. So that's good. But it's pretty standard. Just tastes like an orange Pez. It's pretty good. It'll be interesting to compare it to the Tangy Orange, Tangy Orange I got from Capella. It's one of their newer flavors. That one is supposed to, I think, taste like Tang. I think. Could be wrong about that. All right, so that was FLV Tangerine at 1%. It's good. We'll try this Wonder Flavors Tangerine at 2%. Well, 2.25. And as usual, per the norm, if you're the average user, more than likely you are going to have to mix higher percentages than I do. Because I mix very low. And I also vape very low wattage. So bear that in mind as well. And I might change the wick just to make sure there's nothing that's interfering with each other. You can see blue under there. I'm going to try to roll something to her. If I have anything over here I can roll. I don't really. She probably heard the RDA top cap fall and she's like, hey, I want to play. There's this lipstick thing. I don't know why I think it's so funny when her little paws are just like, now she's probably going to come all the way around so she can get to it. Yep, there she goes. Now she's probably going to start rolling it around. Anyway, that's good. I think pets are really great. My first family cat, which is mainly mine, was a gift. It was like for Christmas or something. My dad got it for me. I highly recommend getting a Maine Coon if you can, if you like dogs and more playful cats, because she's definitely has a lot of dog personality. But they are very high energy, so bear that in mind. Right? You high energy? She said, yeah. I don't know if you could hear that. So right off the bat, I'm not getting as much from this as far as flavor-wise at the percentage that I used it at. Now, bear in mind, yes, you want to adopt, but bear in mind, a lot of like pet stores, they take from adoption agencies or now like shelters. Because Blue I got from technically PetSmart, but she was from the shelter. So just because you get it from like a pet shop doesn't necessarily mean it's not from a shelter. Sometimes they do collaborate, or however you want to put it. Because the cats I was looking at before Blue, because they were going through kittens really quickly, because I went back to the shelter I got Momo from, and they were out for a while. But they had a couple at this other pet store. I don't remember the name. But they also collaborated with the shelter. So bear that in mind too. Yeah, that is one thing I don't like, is wherever she came from, which I think was just the pound, they did clip her ear, which I don't like. But, I mean, it was already done. The place that Momo's from obviously didn't or doesn't do that, because her ears are fine, even though you shouldn't be up there. Can you get down? Down. Momo. Thank you. You can see her ears. Perfectly round. Say hi. Anyway. Yeah, and yeah, they do host adoption events and things like that. And they also do like vaccinations and stuff like that for cheaper at certain times. This is the Vaporesso Switcher. Yeah. So I might need to increase this Wonder Flavors Tangerine, because I'm not really... Yeah, I think I'm going to switch. I'm going to put in a new wick just to make sure the Fulvora isn't lingering in there. And then if I'm still not getting a whole lot, I'm going to increase the flavor. Yeah, feral cats can be crazy. When I was volunteering at the shelter I got Momo from, I did like this thing called, I forget what they called it. It was like a weird name for it, but it was basically trying to prepare the feral cats for adoption because a lot of them have been abused and don't like people, so that makes them not likely to be adopted. But if you take time with them and try to get them acclimated to being around people, it makes them more adoptable. So basically they can find homes for them. And there was like this one in particular, like anytime you would try to come near the cage, she would attack it. The one time I tried to open the cage, I forget why I had to open it. She ran at me. It's pretty scary. And it's sad. It really is. I stopped volunteering because I moved way too far away to continue doing it. And then just work and stuff, it just doesn't leave a lot of time because, like, I think I had to do that on a Tuesday. And that wouldn't even be an option with my schedule because they only do it on certain days. Plus, it just makes me want to adopt everything. And especially at this point, I don't need any more animals. The weather is cold, but not a lot of snow so far. We're supposed to have a fairly mild winter. We'll see if that happens. I'm only pairing 2 tangerines. I'm not doing all of them. This is just Flavora Tangerine and Wonder Flavors Tangerine. Mandarin and Tangerine, I think, are different. I'm not like a citrus expert. They all taste fairly similar. It's just some are a little less sweet and more bitter than the others. But, I mean, they generally have a very similar taste to them. Like Flavor Arts Mandarin or Tangerine is like named the same or something. I don't know. They could be the same. I honestly don't know. But these specifically say Tangerine for both Flavoras and Wonder Flavors. Yeah, I'm not getting a whole lot from this. I don't think I mixed it too high. It's always a possibility, but we're going to increase it to 3% because as low a flavor as I'm getting, I don't see it benefiting from anything less than bumping it up that high. So I was smart and actually kept these out. So if I needed to add to them, I don't have to dig or anything. Because my Wonder Flavors is still a mess because I was sent the whole line, thankfully. But at the same time, I don't really have room for all of them. So I have to figure something out. Makes it hard to find anything. Like right now I have like the fruits separated. So the fruits are fairly easy to find, but all the others are not. All right, so I have to open up the e-liquid calculator. And we also, if we have time, we'll go over the creme brulee we mixed like a month or so ago and see if it's changed. But we might not have time. Depends on how quickly we can get through these. And I have not tasted them since I mixed them that long ago. But I think from what people were telling me, they don't change all that much. At least not the ones I used. Thank you, Ross. The smell is fairly mild, which should be some indication of how strong it is. I put those shelves up there, and the cats like to get up there. They like to pretty much get up on anything. I guess it's their version of like a jungle gym. Oh my god, I saw this thing. What was it? Wayward? Or Wayfair, that's what it was. Some new website I don't know much about, but they had like this cat tree that looked crazy. I was tempted to look at how much it was, but I have a feeling it would be astronomical because cat trees are pretty expensive. Like the one that Allie gave me, which was her grandparents' cat tree. Just something like that, which only has like the 2 little perches, would be like probably $80 easy. And this thing was like massive, like just tons of different little steps and perches and this and that. So I could just imagine it being hundreds of dollars. And I'm like, eh. Thank you, Ian Thomas. I appreciate it. Plus, I don't have room for it, to be honest. I'm trying to declutter things, not bring more crap. Do I have any new gear? Pretty much just the things that I showed. I guess I can show the other stuff because a friend, we kind of did a little bit of a swap. I sent him some e-juice when we were talking, and he was nice enough to send me some items. So I can go over those. But as far as like me buying anything, I haven't bought anything because I've been buying Christmas presents and things like that. So I've been trying not to buy anything for myself. But I can show you guys those. I don't know much about them because I haven't used them a whole lot because I got them recently. But I can at least show them to you. But this setup is one of the things that is new. It's the Vaporesso switch with the Warrior RDA from Watofo on top. I'm still not getting a lot of flavor from this. Maybe it's over flavored. I don't know, because I feel like at this high it should taste like something. I'm really just tasting the base though. Momo. No. Down. I'll spray you. I think she knows I'm on camera. I don't want to spray her on camera. I have a spray bottle. I'll spray her if she's doing something naughty. Because I don't believe in hitting your animals or anything like that. And quite frankly, cats don't really respond to that anyway. But I think she knows I don't want to spray her when I'm... She's smart. She's very manipulative. I've learned that. K-Fun squared. Yeah, I have the K-Fun 4 authentic. I never use it. I'll never buy an expensive tank like that again. I really don't think I will. I just don't like tanks. Just a thing. I think I'm going to... I'm looking for like a reservoir to put this in. I think I'm going to start from scratch and mix this at a lower percentage because I'm not really getting much from it. And at this point, I think it's definitely over flavored. So I want to give it as much of a shot as I can. So we're going to remix this at 1%. Let's see what happens. If it still is lacking, then we'll move on because I don't have all day to be doing this. Oh, jeez Louise. Thank you. Thank you, Alan. And thank you, Vapor Ross Vape. Asian things for a guy, though. Is it a guy? Is it a girl or a guy? It kind of does make a bit of a difference. And I think I've told you guys before, maybe not on this one, because I don't remember if I had my results then, but I am officially part Asian. A very small amount, but I'm embracing the hell out of it. I was quite surprised to find that I was any. I was hoping I was, because I've been fascinated with Asia, especially Japan, since literally kindergarten. But since our family, to our knowledge, had no lineage as far as we knew or anyone related, I didn't think it would be possible, but apparently I am a very, very small amount. Among other things, like British. I'm actually quite a lot British, which I never knew we had any British ancestry at all. As far as I knew, we were only German and Polish, a little bit of Russian. But apparently we have a lot more than that. I got the 23andMe DNA thing. I highly recommend it if you're at all interested in like knowing where you're from. It shows a lot of information. It shows your haplogroup, which I didn't even know what that was till recently. It goes back to like your ancestors' path to like America or wherever you're from. Like it shows like a little like timeline. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I know some people are worried about the DNA. I don't really care, to be honest. All right, I'm gonna put this in a warm bath for a minute, mix it up, and I think we're gonna move on to the other ones just to keep it moving. All right, so we're gonna let this hot water bath for a little bit, so it can get liquidy, viscous. I think is the proper term. Could be wrong about that. Getting back to the Asian thing. So if she's a girl, it makes it a little bit easier for me personally. There's a lot of recommendations I can give you. I could even give you specific ones. So if you can, email me at rinvapes@gmail.com, and I can actually send you just like links to stuff that I think would be cute for a 10-year-old girl, like things that I would have liked to get for like being a 10-year-old, because there's a lot of stuff, and then hopefully she'll like some of those things. Yeah, Momo actually wants the kitten's food. The kitten's food is, I have like my screen blocked. Well, you can't even see it anyway. It's like about like there. It's on a shelf similar to those behind me. I put it on the top shelf to kind of keep it away from Momo, but doesn't always work. But she could be doing it for attention because she knows she's not supposed to. Not really sure. But either way, I'm doing something. She's just going to have to get over it. All right, so we are going to come back to the Wonder Flavors in a bit. We're going to move on to Capella's Tangy Orange and Vape Train's Orange Juice. I've heard the Vape Train Orange Juice is really good. I've also heard good things about the Tangy Orange, but the Vape Train Orange Juice is supposed to be, like I said, really good. And it smells really good, which is usually a good sign. Just looking for RDAs. I'm trying to organize stuff, but it's not working out very well, as you could probably tell by the noise. I want to use this nudge, which is one of the other items that my friend gave me that's new. Has a very interesting deck. Very, very interesting. And I love that it's red. I've been wanting a red RDA for a long time. Never got around to getting it, but I love the way it looks. Red is one of my favorite colors. Before recent years, where it turned to pink, which is still a variant of red. It was my favorite color for a long time. I'm going to have to change what's in here, though. I was testing something I was working on for tonight's show on Mix and Vixens. I'll show you what it looks like after I clean it a little bit. I only have single coil again because I don't like dual. So far, I like it. It's not as difficult to build on as it looks. Because I was looking at it like, how the heck are you supposed to put something in there? But it wasn't too bad at all. And it even looks like dual. It wouldn't be too bad because of the way it's positioned. But that's what the deck looks like. I'm sure you've probably seen it before. But the deck is strange. It's pretty cool looking, though. Reminds me of like a one of those things you throw. I don't know what they're called. Might be a ninja star, maybe not. It reminds me of like a weapon or something. And we're using these cotton threads, which are pretty cool. They make it easy to do single flavor tests. But on this coil, because this coil is thinner than I usually do, it's not working. So we're going to use cotton bacon because it's over here. Yeah, the juice wall is pretty good. Let's see, it's about 2 millimeters, maybe. See if it says on the back. No. I'm sure it says somewhere on the packaging. But it's good. I didn't really have a problem building on it, but I only did one coil. And it's a fairly, like, you do have to use smaller coils. Like, I usually do like a 3 or a 3.5 millimeter inner diameter coil because I like them pretty beefy. This one I had to do, I think, a 2.5 to fit in easier. And when I did that, it was fine. When I tried to do the bigger one, it didn't work very well, but I'm just using it for flavor testing, so I'm not that concerned about it. I tend to stay to specific RDAs for like my all-day vape. I try to venture out into trying other ones, but then I usually just end up coming back. And like lately, it's been the Drop Dead right here. And before that, it was the Drop. And before that, it was the Icon, which is here. I have a lot of my friends' RDAs, but they're genuinely good. If they weren't, I wouldn't mention them. I just kind of like pretend they didn't exist. All right, so this is Capella Tangy Orange. And like I said, it's supposed to be like, oh my god, what did they say it was like? Some kind of candy. It might not have been Tang. I think that was a different one. It's supposed to be like something. Maybe I'll figure it out when I vape it. smells really good. It smells like an orange pixie stick. I love pixie sticks. I don't eat them much anymore because I get heartburn from sugar. But back in the day, it was one of the few like sugary type candies I liked. I generally use Muji, but I don't know where it is, to be honest. Probably somewhere. It's got to be somewhere. But I don't feel like digging for it, and I always have like a stash of like cotton bacon and stuff over here in case I can't find stuff when I'm filming. So that's why I'm using that. I only did 2% of the Tangy Orange. But it kind of, I'm getting like a powdery orange. Yeah, it's kind of like just like an orange pixie stick. I'd probably bump it up a little bit, maybe to 2.5. Max 3 for me. Because it's a little bit not muted, subtle. So like a step above muted. The recurve was one I didn't really like. I think it's just because of the way I vape. I ended up giving it to Leilani because it's gold. I got the gold version. And she loves gold and she wanted to try it. So I just gave it to her. I still like the Icon the best of the ones that I've tried from him. I don't have the newest one. But I still like the Icon the best personally. But yeah, this Tangy Orange is good. It's just like a powdery orange, like a candied orange. So it's similar to, again, like an orange pixie stick. So it's similar to the FLV Tangerine, where it's like a candied citrus, but there's definitely a difference between the two. The FLV Tangerine is like a Pez, and maybe that's more tangerine, I don't know. And then this is more of like a pixie stick. But yeah, I like it. It's good. I think somebody said it was like an orange creamsicle, I think. And I definitely could see that. That would be a really good vape. Putting like some cream or ice cream with this and make a really good like orange creamsicle flavor. So yeah, I recommend it. It's good. So the next one we're going to try is the Vape Train Orange Juice, which again, like I said, smelled really, really good. I'm just going to put a new wick in here just because I don't want to have any contamination. I think the recurve was really meant for squonking. I've said it before. I know you can use it as a regular RDA, but I think it really was designed and intended to squonk. And I just don't squonk, so I couldn't really justify keeping it. So I gave it to Leilani, and hopefully she likes it. And I do like a lot of airflow, which is weird because I do vape such low wattage, but for some reason I just like it that way. I like a really cool vape. I don't like it to be hot. I think that's, like, again, part of the reason why I use such low amount of flavoring, because I vape so cool. Because the heat, because I've tried other people's builds, and honestly, all I taste is like hot air. Like, I don't really taste much of anything. All right, Vape Train Orange Juice. And I did get some more vape train flavors. Like new flavors that I didn't have before. Like within the I think it was Black Friday I got them. So I don't think I told you guys about those. I haven't used any of them yet, I don't think. And then I got some Salubarome because Salubarome is available. Some of them are available at Bull City Flavors. So I figured why not? I grab a couple. People said the banana flambe is really good. So I grabbed that. And then I grabbed a couple other ones. Breakfast, which is like a toast with jam. It smells really good. And I think there was like one other one I got. Oh, the Cafe Cocoa or Cacao, whatever, something. It's like a chocolate coffee. So I always try to give like one coffee flavor per brand a chance to see if their coffees are anything decent. So I grabbed that one too. Ooh. Not what I was expecting, but not in a bad way. It almost tastes like there's strawberry in it. I don't know why, but I'm getting strawberry. Like a slight hint of strawberry with orange. It's really strange. And it almost smells like it's in there. Like a pink starburst with orange. Is it supposed to have strawberry in it? I wonder if, like, I don't know. Like, have any of you tried the Vape Train orange juice? It's definitely not bad. It's good. It's just, I wasn't expecting to taste strawberry in there. I haven't really looked at the Hermetic too much. I try not to look at too many of like new like reviews on equipment because it just makes me want to buy it, and I really don't need any more equipment. I only grab it if it really catches my eye, or if it's like a friend that put one out. That's really the only time I get anything, or if I find a really good deal on something, I'll grab it. Are you using the Flow air block thing that came with the wire? Come to mention it, there was something in it that could have been an air block thing. I did not use that. Like I said earlier, I don't tend to like the airflow blocked out, but I guess we could try it with the Wonder Flavors when it's, we'll try it next. But we can try it, see the difference between the two. I don't know if I'm doing a Christmas tree. I don't tend to. I can't even tell you the last time we've had a Christmas tree. It'd be nice to have like a little one. So maybe I'll get a little one. I'm just not sure. Maybe I could put on a shelf, like a top shelf up there. But yeah, the cats probably would get into it. Vape Train, a lot of the flavors are all over the place for me. Mine, I wouldn't say they're all over the place for me. There are some that are a little different, but generally I'm at between 1% and 2% with them so far. There the dog goes. Yeah, so I guess it does have a little blocker thingy in it. So we'll use that just to see. If there's like a huge difference. But generally in the past when I've had like blockers for things, I haven't liked them, but we'll try it and see. We'll put it on my Osmotis. But yeah, the Vape Train orange juices. That's one thing about Vape Train I've noticed. And I don't know if it's because they're from Australia. Some of the flavors kind of catch you off guard. Like they're not what you expect. Not in a bad way, just in a very unexpected way. So we'll try that block thing. Let's see if there's a difference. But back to this Vape Train Orange. I'm going to see if there's any comments in ELR. It's a fairly new flavor, I think. So there might not be a whole lot of info. We'll see. Notes. 1. Mixed at 2.5 after 24 hours seemed weak. I'll give it another try in 24 hours and check again. Doesn't have a date, so I don't know when that was noted. See if all the flavors has any info. I would think if they had strawberry in it, they would say that there's strawberry in it. All right, Vape Train orange juice. Looks like the average is around 2%, just under 2%, which is what I mixed it at, was 2%. There's quite a few. Well, there's 2 recipes using it. No flavor notes. Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever tried I Love Donuts Blueberry? I don't care for the juice, but I like the blueberry in it. The donut in it tastes like Play-Doh smells. Yeah, a lot of people get the Play-Doh from donuts. I get more of like a yeast. Maybe that's the same or similar type flavor people get. It scared the crap out of me. Someone yelled downstairs. I would suspect they're probably using something like maybe Capella's glazed donut, because a lot of people get Play-Doh from their donuts. But no, I've never had that flavor, so I couldn't tell you what the blueberry is. But a couple of good blueberries for me are Flavor Arts Bilberry, which technically I don't think is a blueberry, but it honestly just tastes like a blueberry to me with like a dark note to it. It's a little bit earthy. That one you would need to steep for a little bit, not a whole lot, but most blueberries you need to sit because they're kind of perfumey at first. TFA Blueberry Wild is good. I usually mix it with Blueberry Extra by TFA in varying amounts depending on how earthy you want it, which is from the wild, and how bright you want it from the Blueberry Extra. Also, Delosi's Blueberry is very good, but they're kind of harder to get. I think they have it at DIY Vapor Supply, but I think if anywhere, that's the only place I've seen it. Outside of getting direct from them. Somebody gave it to me. That's how I have it. Sorry, there's something in my throat. But yeah, the Delosi Blueberry is very good. I've also heard Hangson's Blueberry is very good, but I haven't tried it, so I can't really personally attest to it. Flavor's Blueberry Muffin is very good. I don't know if I've tried their blueberry by itself. Like they're actually just blueberry. The blueberry muffin is very good, and it's actually something you can vape just by itself. So it's kind of similar to a donut, but I think it's actually better. I don't tend to like donut vapes, to be honest. And the Flavor West Blueberry is decent. Yeah, so I like the Vape Train orange juice. It's just, I'm getting almost like a strawberry starburst flavor, or maybe it's like an orange starburst, and that's where I'm kind of getting that obscure flavor from. I'm tempted to increase it, but I don't want it to go weird. I think increasing it might make it worse. Because smelling it, like I said, now that I'm tasting it, I can smell that it's like a, not a straight up orange juice to me. It smells like an orange starburst, maybe with a hint of strawberry. It's good though. It's just not what I expected at all. Pie filling. Apple filling by Flavora is phenomenal. If you like, even if you don't like, because honestly, I'm not a huge fan of apple filling like in real life. I'm not a big pie person, but the Flavora apple filling is phenomenal. It's amazing. Other than that, I've heard Inawera cherries is a good filling type cherry. I'm not sure about blueberry. I guess you can make anything a filling if you were to add like, I don't know about jammy candy. Jam It by Vape Train is supposed to make things kind of into a jam, so it's kind of similar. I don't know. I'm not the best person to ask that specific question for because I'm not big on pie. Fresh would probably know if he were here, but if he's here, he's been very quiet. Hostess Blueberry Loaf. I'm telling you, get the blueberry muffin by Flavora. It's amazing. Like if there was, like bakery-wise from Flavora, things I would recommend is the apple filling, the blueberry muffin, and those are the two at the top of my head. Those two are phenomenal, and I'm not big on bakery vapes at all, but those are great. And I think it would be at least similar to what you're, I don't know what the Hostess Blueberry Loaf is, but the blueberry muffin tastes like those little mini blueberries, blueberry muffin things. It's really, really, really good. It's one of the first things I vaped from Flavora and really got me interested in them. It was that one, wild melon, and there was like one other flavor I got initially from them. I don't remember what the other one was. But yeah. So yeah, orange juice is good, but it's weird. To me, it's not straight up orange juice. Like I definitely get something else in here that I'm not quite exactly sure what it is. I'll have to ask around and see if other people have tried it and what they think of it. But that's what I'm getting. I'm getting something else in there. All right, so let's go back to Wonder Flavors Tangerine. See if mixing it at 1%, which was lower, was half than what we were using before. See if it's changed it at all, if we can get any more flavor from it, because I wasn't really getting much before. And we also put the little air blocker thing in the Warrior, because if anything, it should make the flavor more pronounced. But the thing is, I'm not really getting any depreciation of flavor from anything else I put in it, so I don't know that it's necessarily the RDA. Well, having that little blocker definitely changed it. It's a lot warmer now. Oh, I also have it too high. I forgot I put it on this RDA. I wrapped this a little higher resistance than I usually do. Not intentionally, it's just the way it happened. So I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Yeah, flavors are hard though, because honestly, the only way you're going to know is if you buy them. I would just buy a little at a time so you're not wasting a bunch of money, because a lot of, like, probably the number one thing that people getting into mixing do wrong is they buy a whole bunch of flavors at once. Like, they'll spend like $100 or more on all these flavors and all this and that, and then they find out that they don't even like mixing. Like, mixing is not for everyone. um and now that there's so many one shots available, that's definitely the best route to go, I think, in my opinion, at first. Like, you just find a flavor that you like already. And some of, like, the e-juice brands have one shots now. And if you already know you like that brand or whatever, you can just buy the one shot of it mixed that way. So you can just kind of get into the habit of mixing without having to do all the research and this and that, because it can be extensive. It can be as detailed as you want it to be. But try not to overwhelm yourself at first, because it can turn you off to it. Because, like, you mix a couple times, and if it turns out to be garbage, then you don't want to mix anymore, and then that's no fun. So I would just start small. You can always add more later. ECX has one shots. Like DIY or Die, his one shots are there. Bull City Flavors has, I don't know if they have one shots yet. I know that they're looking into it. Like, they have flavor packs, which have like all the flavors individually like packed together, like a bundle type situation. I don't know if they've actually come out with one shots yet. So ECX, I know for sure, has one shots. Liquid Barn has one shots. And if you've tried any of Adora e-liquid's stuff and like her stuff, which in general it's really good stuff, she has one shots. So you can actually buy either the e-juice that's already made or buy her one shot and mix it yourself. The one shot option is more economical because you get more for what you're paying. But if you want to start off by just getting the juice, so you're not buying, I don't know, it's an option. And there's coupon codes for her. I think mine is a mixtress. ECX, I don't know if we have a code for that, but there are codes out there. Bull City Flavors, we have a coupon code for like 6%. I always forget that one. It's a relatively new code, so I don't always remember off the top of my head. So I can get that. But those are like the main places. There might be other places that have it. Chefs, if you're like in the UK area, they have a lot of one shots, including DIY or Dies, along with, I think Jen Jarvis even has some, pretty sure she has chef one shots. Emily has some. Shindo. Oh, Wizard Labs, I think, has one shots too now. Let's see. Coupon code Mixin' Vixens for 6% off Bull City Flavors. So I'll put that in chat. A good place for coupon codes is ELR. And I'll put that over here. It's on their resource page. If you scroll down a little bit, it says shops in the USA, lists a bunch of DIY places and coupon codes next to them. That's where I get most of my coupon codes from, is there. There's one for Flavor Shack that I don't think is on there. But they don't have one shots, I don't think. Like, they have like their version of one shot, but it's kind of obscure. Yeah, Adora E-Liquid is very good. Like, not all of her profiles are for me, to be completely transparent, but if it's a profile you like, then more than likely you're going to like her e-juice because she makes quality stuff. So yeah, it's just a matter of what you like. I'm sure you'd find something. My favorite, again, I've said it a billion times, the hazy custard, custard de leche, and blueberry something. Those are my top 3. All right, so I took the air thingy out of the Watofo Warrior because I don't like it. I didn't think I was going to, but I wanted to try it. If you like a restricted airflow, you might like it. Well, actually, let me open. I forgot I closed it down a little bit. I still don't think I'm going to like that block in there, but let's open it up all on the one side. Let's see if it's any better. I don't know. I just think it's weird getting airflow from just one side. It just feels weird to me. Blueberry something is kind of similar to what you were looking for, to be honest. It's a blueberry pastry thing. Let me see. I don't know if she has like a super thorough description on her site. Let's see what it says. Blueberry something. A bowl of fresh picked ripe blueberries mixed with a base of fresh baked vanilla cookie crumble drizzled with rich vanilla pudding. So there you go. It's very good. It's very, very good. I'll put the other ones I like in there. These are the concentrates. If you wanted e-liquid version, so you don't have to mix it, there's also that as well. I don't get any kickback from codes I get for people. They're just to track traffic, like where it's coming from, and to give you guys a discount. Where is hazy custard? Don't tell me that they don't have that. Oh, there it is. I was about to say, that's like probably my all-time favorite. Like, period. From her is the hazy custard. All right. So that's that. Let me see. Here's the coupon code for that. You can also use others, like Fresh has one. I think Gizzard has one. Like a bunch of people have one. So use whatever code you want. But that's my code. It gives you some percentage off. I don't remember honestly how much. I usually don't pimp out my merch or products. I probably should, but I don't. She has a recommended percentage on the bottle. So I think the max was like 20% what she would recommend. So some of them you might be like, if you really wanted like 90% PG or VG rather, it might not be possible to get like the right strength at that point. But I think a lot of people aren't mixing that high. Usually people are mixing at 80-20 or more PG than that. So as long as you're not wanting anything that's higher than a 80% VG ratio, you should be good there. But you could always, I mean, you can mix it at whatever percentage you want, but there is a recommended percentage for like the amount of flavor that you're getting. That's going to be the same with any one shot you do. But yeah, I've never had issues with getting the right ratio that I want. But I also mix low, so it gives me a little bit of a edge, I guess. Yeah, the little, it's better with the airflow open, that little block, but I still don't really like that block being there. And I'm still not getting a whole lot of that tangerine. I don't know. Like it's, I think it was definitely over flavored before because I'm getting about the same experience as when I mixed it higher. So maybe it just needs to sit. I'm not entirely sure. We'll come back to it like we did with the brulee. Well, we're about to do that now. We have time. I want to be out of here by 2 just because Daytime Frank has his show at 2 last I knew. So want to be out by then. Plus I'd be on for 2 hours at that point, and nobody's got time to be here all day. But yeah, the block is good if you want to reduce chamber and don't mind having the airflow just come in at one side. It's not terrible by any means. I find it awkward. But it's nice that they give you the option. I would prefer just to have... I don't know. I prefer it the way it is. Like, you can cut down the airflow on both sides. That's enough for me. $60.40 for a pod. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to do higher PG, yeah, that would be perfectly fine. The only limitation you might have is if you wanted to go higher in VG than 80%, because there are some flavors, I think, that are at the 20% recommended mixing point. So then you might have a slight issue. But I think generally they're at like about 15% recommended, maybe 17, but yeah. All right, so creme brulee. We're going to revisit this creme brulee in a minute. I'm just going to give my overall feelings about what we mixed today. So I think my favorite is the FLV Tangerine and the Capella Tangy Orange. Those two I really like. And they actually would probably go pretty well together because they're both kind of like a candied orangish flavor, with the tangerine being more of like a tangerine, which is like a slightly more bitter, less sweet and bright variant compared to like an orange, which is the Tangy Orange. So it's, if you were to mix them together, you get like a orange Pez and a orange pixie stick together. So I think that would be nice together. And I also think that the Capella Tangy Orange would be really good in like a creamsicle. Like, it has that nice creamsicle flavor. And maybe even add the FLV Tangerine in with it if you like it to be more like dark. The Vape Train orange juice is good. It's just kind of weird because I'm getting something else other than orange juice. Like, it tastes, to me, it doesn't taste anything like orange juice, to be honest. It's not bad by any means. It's actually very good. I just don't know what I'm tasting. Like, I get like a strange strawberry note, and I don't know why. I have no idea. But it's there. It's like a orange starburst with a hint of strawberry starburst. So, I don't know. It's good. I just don't get straight up orange juice from it. And then the Wonder Flavor Tangerine, I don't know what's going on there. I'm just not getting much from her. Like, she's, I don't know. She's kind of just chilling, doing her own thing and not bothered. I don't really know. But we'll revisit her, see if maybe she just needs to sit, because I literally just mixed these up a few hours ago. Maybe it needs to be mixed even lower than 1%. I highly doubt it, because I don't think I've had to go that low with Wonder Flavors, but it's entirely possible. I just don't have all day to be continuing to mix that one particular flavor. I just don't. Salt Nick, you would mix the same as regular Nick, as far as I know, to get like your right calculation. But I don't mess with Nick salt, so people in chat would be better at confirming that than me. I mix very low Nick, so I don't really need a strong hit or anything from it, and I don't really use pods. I might start messing with Nick salt, because I did get a pod setup. I don't know. I just don't see the point, personally. I think Nick salts are more for like newer vapors that need that rush that you get from like a cigarette. Haven't smoked a cigarette in over a decade, so don't really need that. And hey, Leilani, I didn't mean to ignore you. All right, so we're gonna go back to these creme brulees. I honestly don't even remember. I remember I didn't quite like the Inawera one. I think I liked the Vape Train and One-on-One the best. And then I don't even know what this B one is. What is the B one? I like marked them kind of weird. Creme brulee. Oh, that might be something else. That might have been an actual recipe. I think we're missing Flavora creme brulee or Flavora brulee. I think that's what we're missing. So I made a berry creme brulee, and I think that's what that one is. Probably should label my stuff better. I always think I'll remember, and then I don't. Yeah, I don't know where my regular brulee is, but that was kind of just, as far as I've been able to find out, brulee by Flavora is just like the top. It's not the creme part. It's just the top of the brulee. So it's basically just like a caramelized sugar, so it's not really that important anyway. Hello, Cody. Ollie Lonnie. I thought in my head hi, but I didn't say it because I was on a tangent. And if I get too sidetracked, I don't remember where I was. So I apologize. All right, so we're going to try this Inawera creme brulee first because this was the least of favorites from that one. My least favorite. I don't know why I said it weird. Couldn't tell by that face it wasn't good. There's fresh. So fresh. Someone had a question earlier that I think you'd be better equipped to answer than me. What was it? Oh, pie filling. What pie filling would you recommend to someone? Because I don't mess with pie that much. So I said apple filling by Flavora, obviously. And Inawera cherries would probably make a good pie filling mixed with something else. Yeah, I still don't like this. Ugh. And I don't remember if I remixed this or not. I was supposed to remix it lower. So maybe lower it might be better. I still don't like it. It has like a very eggy flavor, and I don't like eggy flavors. Yeah, like fruit pie. Well, I guess pie filling would be fruit. Ah. Good Lord. Ugh, I don't like that Inawera. I think Addie Tooney really likes that one. I don't. I don't think I remixed that one though. Lower. Like it has good notes to it. I don't know. So Flavora has good fillings apparently. I haven't tried their strawberry or their cherry filling because again, I just don't mix pie that much. There's so many flavors I haven't mixed. That's why I started doing these like versus things because it forces me to. Plus, it's more interesting if it's done. To me, it's more interesting if it's like a group together thing instead of just random flavors from like a company. because then you can compare notes between the two flavors. It might sway you one way or another. Oh, fresh or graham. Vape Train orange juice. What do you think about it? Like, what do you taste when you vape it? So I tried looking online, and there's really no notes on it anywhere that I was able to find. Of course, blackcurrant. You can't forget blackcurrant. All right. So I'm going to move on to one-on-one creme brulee. This one and the Vape Train I liked. And then I'm going to try that one thing I had, which I think was a berry creme brulee recipe I was working on, and I let it sit and then I forgot about it. Hopefully it got better, because initially it wasn't that great. Strawberry, like, see, that's what I said. It has strawberry in it. I thought I was going nuts. Like, why does this orange juice taste like it has strawberry in it? Okay, so I'm not crazy. Thank you for that. I like it, though. It just has strawberry in it. It was funny. Me and my dad went grocery shopping together, and I was vaping on my all-day vape that I've been vaping on for like at least a month now. The Favora Acai, I'm back on that again. And I'm vaping it. And he comes in because he was loading the stuff in the back. And he's like, "What are you vaping?" And he had this face. I'm like, oh God, he hates it. And I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "It smells terrible." And I was like, "What does it smell like?" And he's like, "Honestly, like rotting like vegetables." And I'm like, "Oh, that's not good." And I told him it was acai or whatever, and he doesn't know what that is. And I was like, "It's a tea." And he's like, oh, is it green tea?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "That's why I don't like it. I hate green tea." I'm like, "Oh, like I guess it's better than smelling like garbage," but I don't know. It doesn't smell like garbage to me, but again, I like green tea, so I don't know. So this one-on-one creme brulee, I don't like it as much as I did when I first vaped it. It's not bad. It tastes more of like just vague sugar, like a vague sugariness. Like it kind of lost. I don't know. It just tastes like artificial sugar. Not terrible, just not as good as I remembered. I remembered liking this a lot. No, I don't like it as much anymore. But I'm glad I'm not crazy about the strawberry thing, because I was like, I swear I taste strawberry in this. Because that freaking Wonder Flavors flavor threw me off that one day when I was doing the frog gummy. I'm like, I know what this flavor is, but why? Because I was looking for a green apple, and it's not even green apple, it's peach. I obviously know what peach tastes like, but I was like, I don't know. It was just like a complete mind fuck. But I'm glad that I'm not crazy that there's strawberry in there. It's good though. I haven't really noticed the banana thing. I know people have said that they got banana from certain things, but maybe it's just specific flavors I haven't tried yet. I don't know. Again, I'm very behind in single flavor testing stuff. All right, we're going to try this Vape Train creme brulee. See if it's held up any better than this other thing. Oh, Leilani, here's the one of the RDAs that you know who gave me. I would tell y'all who did, but I don't know if he wants to be on blast, so I'm not. Here's that Watofu Warrior. It's pretty good so far. Here's the Nudge. It's very pretty. I love the color of it. It's coming off a little more orange on camera than it really is. It's more of a true red, but the coloring in here is a little off. Like my background, I think might be part of the reason, because my walls are a little bit more of an orangish red. And then here's like that mod I was telling you about. It's the Vaporesso switcher. It lights up. You can change the color, but I like the red on it. So yeah, here's a couple of the things. All right, so did I drip this already? I don't remember. I get sidetracked. See, this is why I don't go off on tangents. So at least we blew through these pretty quick. Kind of worried because I tend to ramble quite a lot and I don't get through stuff. And I get distracted and go on tangents. Where did Momo go? Yeah, the blue is a nice color. And it goes really well with the, I'll put it with, because I had it on there earlier. It goes really well with the switcher, whatever. I don't know what, if that's why you sent them together or if it was just a coincidence, but they look really nice together. Yeah, this is my first Vaporesso product. I haven't used it enough to know. I can tell you it hits differently than my Osmotis. But that's pretty much all I can tell you at this point. Like it seems they have a higher ramp up time. Not sure why. And I have it on normal hit. I had it, like I messed with the hits because it has like the normal, soft, and hard. I tried all those, and the hard, I don't know, it's weird too. But see how it looks together. It's nice. Nice matchy blue. Yeah, so the Vape Train Creme Brule is definitely the better of the three, in my opinion. It held up a lot nicer than the one-on-one, which seems to just disappear into sweetness, like a vague sweetness. This one still has a little bit of body to it. It has like a nice vanilla richness, and it has like that little layer of like the sweetness, but it's not just completely sweet. Like it has complexity to it. So the Vape Train Creme Brule is nice. That's my favorite. Now I'm going to try that. I don't know what the hell. Hopefully I saved the recipe because if it's good. Ugh. What the hell is that? No. No, we're not even going to. I don't know what. Well, I think that's when I was messing with something weird. Yeah, it has like a. It was like a blueberry something I mixed up. And together the two things made it taste like medicine. Like a Diamatap. Yeah, Diamatap. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, we're not going to vape that. No, we're not ruining my coil. And no, we're not doing that. See, this is the stuff that some people don't show, is when you have nasty mixes and they're just not good at all. There's no mystery man. He's married. Like I said, I don't know if he wants to be put on blast, so we're not going to do that. So that's where we're going to leave that. I'm trying to find out. I don't even know if I saved that mixture because I think I knew it was going to be terrible, so I didn't keep it. Yeah, I think we're actually just going to throw that in the garbage because we're not ruining coils today. That ain't happening. I forget what I mixed together, but there was like blueberry and something else I mixed together, and it came out like freaking medicine. Like Dimetap, and I hate Dimetap. That vague, and I don't mind fake grape, like certain instances, like grape soda, I don't mind. Grape pixie stick or whatever is fine, but grape medicine, nah, because it's like a watered down fake grape, which is not good to me at all. Yeah, I don't even think I kept the recipe. I can't find it anywhere. So you garbage. All right, what else we got going on? I guess I can tell you guys about new flavors I got. Those new... I actually like Flavor Express grape. I don't know if it's the same as sweet grape, but I don't mind it. You just have to use it really low. And maybe it's what I mixed it with. I don't know. But it's one of the flavors I used in a grape pixie stick recipe from a while ago. I don't even know if I still have it public. I don't mind it. You just have to mix it low and add other crap to it. My recipes. I did clean up a lot of my recipes because some of them are very old. I can't really vouch for them anymore. Oh, I guess I didn't use Flavor Express grape. I used Flavor Art grape. But I'm pretty sure I used Flavor Express grape in something and it wasn't terrible. I don't know. Bye, John. Yeah, I'll be eating lunch after. I woke up super early today because I had a messed up dream. Like, I don't know if this happens to you guys, but like, I'll have a dream and it starts off fairly normal, like nothing super crazy. And then all of a sudden at the end, it just turns to complete crap, like just crazy stuff, like out of nowhere. Like, I don't know why that happens. Maybe it's just like my body telling me, okay, it's time to wake up, so I'm going to mess with your head now. Like, I don't know, but that's what happened today. And I woke up at 8 o'clock, which is very early for me. Even on my work days, I get up at like 10 because I work a weird shift. And I didn't go to bed until like at the earliest, like 2, 3 in the morning. It might have been even later than that. And then waking up at 8. But I knew if I went back to sleep, I would oversleep. So I just stayed up. Plus, I knew I had to mix these orange testers because I put it off so long. I want to make sure that got done. So I just stayed awake. But yeah, like, I don't know what that's about, but my dream was messed up out of nowhere. Cyclotine burnt taste. Creme brulee. Yeah, I think that's what was happening with that one-on-one. That might be the taste or flavor I was getting. The vape train, I didn't get that from, though. But yeah, the one-on-one kind of turned a little funky as it sat. Maybe because it got stronger. I'm not entirely sure. Not awful. Like, I still really don't like the Inawera one as it is. But yeah, definitely vape train, one-on-one, Inawera. Those are my creme brulee rankings, I guess. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. So, let's see. wanted to tell you guys my new flavors, or at least my newest flavors that I got from Bull City on Black Friday. It was actually more of like a Cyber Monday thing, I think. They kind of all blend together at this point. So I got Blood Orange Champagne by Vape Train, which I actually contemplated adding into this, but I didn't want to do too many and then not get through them, so I didn't do that one. The orange juice was new. Botanical Gin, which I'm not sure if I like that one yet or not. Breakfast from Salub Arome. Cocoa Vanilla Coffee from Salub Arome. And the Banana Flambe from Salub Arome. So those are the new ones. A lot of the other ones were like repurchases or buying more of something. But yeah, those were the few couple new flavors that I got. Mary just means you get to send them home. I don't know what that means. So I guess I can show you the other things that I got. I showed you the switch. The switcher comes with a tank, or at least this did. I don't know if it automatically does or if it's like a bundle. I don't really know. This one came with the tank. I didn't use the tank because, like I said before, I don't really care for tanks. But at some point I will try it just to see how it is. That's what it looks like. Pretty standard sub-ohm looking tank. Doesn't look super crazy or anything. I don't know how you even fill it. I don't know. I only watched videos on the Nudge to see how the coil placement was supposed to be. Because when I first put the build in, I'm like, I think this is way too high. And it was. So I watched a video on it to make sure. Then I got this Inikin EQ pod system, which I haven't used either because I need something to put in it. The few pod thingy, like liquids I have, I don't really care for. So I'll have to like make something specifically for it because you need like a thinner consistency for these things and I don't mix that way. So I'll have to figure something out. But it's pretty standard as far as how it looks. It just has a little cartridge system. Fill it, put it in here. I don't know if you fire it. I haven't really looked into it, but that's what it looks like. The only other pod system I have is the IQ by Hankson, the 3-sec IQ. Don't really care for it, to be honest. But maybe I just don't like the e-liquids I've put in it. I don't really know. I don't mess with pods too much because, I don't know, like I said before, I think they're mainly for like newer vapors and like discretion. But if I'm vaping, like I don't really need to be discreet about it. Like I don't vape at work, like inside or anything, because I'm paranoid and feel like somebody like will smell it or see it and I'll get in trouble. So I just don't do it. I vape on my lunch break and that's it. Kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? Let's see. That's about it though. I don't really buy, like I said, equipment. Like I'll get into like phases while I'll buy a few things, but lately I've been buying presents and things like that. So I bought a laser light for the kitten. Looks really weird, but my friend had it for her cat. And it's basically got a little laser in here and a mirror on top. And the little laser inside rotates, so it kind of deflects and makes the light move. Because sometimes this kitten, she just has so much energy and she'll like either be bothering me, jumping on stuff, or jumping on Momo. And she just needs like an outlet to just go crazy. So that thing has like a 15-minute timer. Turn that on and she expels some of her crazy energy. So so far it's been working. I only got it, I think, yesterday. And the first time I got it, I put batteries in. The one I actually ordered it with it. And apparently they weren't fully charged. They're supposed to be, but they weren't. And when I put them in there, the light was like pitiful. I'm like, oh, great. I'm going to have to return this thing. But luckily, I put the batteries in the charger, and now it works fine. So, Blue. Yeah, Blue knows where the light comes from because, like, she knows what the laser light looks like my little handheld one. And she knows it by name, but she'll still attack it anyway. Blue. Light. You want your light, Blue? I don't know why she isn't coming. Yeah, I'm also not one of those people that has like 5 billion mods at the same time. Like, I literally just vape the same setup all day until I want to change it up. I don't have like multiple flavors, multiple setups. I just don't do it that way. What else? I don't think there's really anything else. I've been buying games for my 3DS, or 2DS rather. It's really cool that you can buy games online and just download it directly into the console. But at the same time, it's not good for my wallet because I just keep buying more games. Like right now, I have the Mario Maker that it came with, as well as Super Mario 3 and Super Mario Land. And then I just bought Yoshi New Island. So, yeah. No Pokemon. I'm not doing Pokemon. I don't like those turn-based games. I used to like them back in the day, but now I'm just too impatient. I can't. I've never been a Pokemon fan, to be honest. I was never, like, I didn't dislike them, but I think I was just too old. I only watched them at one point because it would be on when I'd be working, like in the break room. That and Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, I don't know. What else? I don't know. Really nothing else going on. You guys have any questions? How did that liquid get in there? Keep getting all these emails. It's like the same places, like, hey, we got a sale. Hey, we got a sale. Spend more money. It's like, go away. Bath and Body Works already got me a couple times. Mainly because of buying stuff for other people. But of course, candles for myself as well. Because there was a few times you lost power in the last year or so. So having candles is just good to have. And then obviously they smell good. Like this one smells really good. This lavender vanilla. And when the candles are on sale, they're not bad. And they do tend to last longer than like cheaper candles do. Because of like whatever wax they use. And this one has essential oils. Ooh. But yeah, lavender vanilla smells really good. And the other one I have is more masculine. It's called The Great Outdoors. And it has Starry Nights, whatever that's supposed to be, sycamore and pine tree, and cedar. Because I like pine quite a lot. But it smells like a man's cologne, kind of. So depending on what I want, I'll burn that too. And then I also got a marshmallow fireside one. It's like a smoky marshmallow. and like one other one for me. I don't tend to do the food ones because I just don't see the point. It'll just make me hungry. I don't need to be any hungrier than I am, especially for junk. So I don't buy those for me. I always buy like the more naturey type smells. Like the marshmallow one was like the more, like the closest to that there is. And it's more of like a smoky campfire type smell. About my daughter, Minecraft, Bendy, and the ink machine. I never got into Minecraft either, but again, I think that's an age thing. I don't know. It looked pretty dumb to me. But so far, I really like the Nintendo 2DS. I was kind of worried I wouldn't like it just because I wasn't sure if the graphics would be any good or it'd be like hard to hold because I do have hand problems. Like my hands will start to get like cramped up and crap, probably because I work a computer job. So I'm like always typing and stuff, and we're definitely not ergonomically set up. And then, you know, you're doing video games on top of it. It's not necessarily good. But so far, I like it. It's good. It was only like $80. So, hey, ST. I'll have to try these last two variants of my recipe for tonight. Hopefully these last two are decent because the first three weren't that great. I messed around with some new bananas. Because banana's a hard one. Banana, for me, tends to be mostly fake banana, which I don't like unless it's actual candy that I'm going for, which candy banana is not typically something I want to vape. Turn that up. I might need to dial this airflow back again. Why did I open it up? I don't remember doing that. Yeah, I like the way that these... Did you mean for these to be color coordinated, or was that random? Because I really like the way that these two look together. They look pretty. That one's okay. Yeah, these look nice together. I like the blue. And I really like the red. The red art. I've been looking for a red RDA for a long time. And never just managed to pick one up. That one's okay. Yeah, matchy. I said that earlier. I tend to go with colors that match anything. Like the gunmetal matches pretty much anything. Hopefully this last one's better because I have not been impressed with any of these so far. Might be a fail. This one's decent. Yeah, this was probably the one I'm going to be going with. This month has not been a good mixing month for me as far as the show's concerned. Yeah, you missed the creme brulee. Pretty much the summary of that was the one-on-one turned funky. Like, I liked the way that it tasted initially, but as it sat, because it's been sitting for like at least a month at this point, it just kind of just tastes vaguely sweet. Like, it lost the body and other flavors that were there initially. The Inawera creme brulee I still don't like, but again, I don't think I remixed it to be lower because it's definitely too high as far as the flavoring percentage for me. So I still need to do that. I failed to do that, so sorry about it. The vape train, however, held up well, and it's actually good. So the of the three, definitely like vape train the most. It's most consistent, has the best flavor, it has body and complexity. Like, you can taste the creme in the creme brulee as well as the brulee, which is like the top scorched sugary part, but it's not like an overpowering scorched sugary part. So that's like the general thing. I tried the nudge. I like the nudge. The warrior I just tried today for the first time, so I don't have a whole lot of feedback on it. I mean, it's pretty basic as far as like the design. Like, it has a nice airflow to it. I tried putting the little block in it because I only do single coil. I didn't like the block in it, but I didn't really figure I would because I generally don't, because I like the airflow to come through both sides even if I don't have two coils in it. I don't know why, I just do. So I do like those two. I haven't tried the tank that came with this because I just tend not to use sub-ohm tanks. I don't know. Eventually I will. And I haven't tried the pod system yet because I need something to put in it. I need to mix something specifically for it because it tends to need a higher flavoring and a thinner consistency, which I don't mix generally. I've been sick for like a while, so I just didn't really mess with it. But now that I'm feeling better, even though I'm still congested, but I think that's more of a winter thing. But yeah. But I don't know. I use dual RDAs as single coils all the time, so I'm used to it. Like the Drop Dead, I only have a single coil in here. The Icon, I only have single coils in it, as well as the Drop. So I don't know. I like a lot of air. But I don't like dual coils at all. I've tried them several times. I don't know. I just don't like them. I don't know if it's because I'm so sensitive to flavor and the dual coil makes it just too intense. I don't really know. I just don't like them. Liquid Barn Creme Brulee. I don't know if I have that one. I don't think I do. Because for a while, I didn't know if I'd like creme brulee at all. It wasn't until I went to Michigan and actually had it in real life that I was like, okay, this is really good. I don't have the Rebirth. It might be something I pick up at one point. I don't know. Like I said before, when it's this time of year, I buy for other people. I don't buy for me. Yeah, I don't have creme brulee by Liquid Barn. I don't have a whole lot of Liquid Barn flavors. Yeah, I haven't tried that one, ST. Hi, O. I'm actually about to bounce. I'm reaching that 2 o'clock point, and I really don't have a ton to talk about anyway. It's usually where the show ends, with me like not having anything to talk about. It's usually a good stopping point though anyway, because it's at 2 hours. Let's see. Trying to think if anything important to say or talk about. Not really. So do you guys like this versus thing? I'm probably going to keep doing it anyway. But feedback is good because obviously you guys watch it. The only thing that makes it difficult is like there's not a whole lot of voting that happens on it. So a lot of times it'll be tied between like 2 or 3 flavors because only like 6 people voted and they all voted differently. So I don't know if I'll continue to do that just because it doesn't really seem to help anything. I don't know. It might just be random. I don't know. I think it makes it easier though. Like I said, more informative if it's done in groups of like the same flavor done all at once, opposed to what I was doing before was like by a brand, like all Vape Train, all Flavora, all water flavors. This makes it a little bit different. So, yeah. And like I said, at some point I'll do the paranormal thing, but it's just going to be random. It's going to be like topics that I come across that are interesting that I haven't done before, which doesn't happen honestly that much at this point. Because a lot of the shows I've done already have covered most topics, you know. Yeah, fresh is pretty much it. At least I'm honest about it. I could pretend to care about input and not care. Like, I mean, I do care, obviously, but like, honestly, I'm still going to do it anyway, just because I don't know. You guys just seem to like coming on is like the point. Like, I could be talking about my shoes for like an hour and you guys still would probably be here because it's like the same people that always come on. It's just to interact with each other and whatnot. So that was kind of like where I was going with that. But obviously I do care. It's just, I don't know. I like this format because again, it's just makes sense to me. But yes, I know you guys like the paranormal stuff. I like it too. It's just, again, hard to bring up new topics because there's only so many topics to bring up and I've covered most of them. So I don't want to just keep talking about aliens or keep talking about ghosts, telling you the same stories over and over again. Like, I don't think people would like that. I did get new shoes though. That's one thing I've been buying lately is shoes because Famous Footwear is one of the people that keeps sending me emails talking about their sales. So I'm like, I do need a pair of slides and I do want a pair of Adidas slides. So I bought those. And then one of the pairs of tennis shoes that I bought didn't fit because I bought them online. So I had to go in, exchange them, and I got a new pair of boots. So I'm good with shoes for a while. Just in case anyone cares. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Check out Daytime Frank. He, I think, is having a show in like a minute or so. So you can check him out. Check out Mixin' Vixens, which will be on in 4 hours from now. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're almost at the 1,000 mark. So it'd be great to get there before Christmas. I don't think it's too obscene. It's like, I think 10 more subscribers or something like that. So if you could spread the word about our show, that would be awesome. But other than that, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for watching and interacting and all that good stuff. Bye.